So, this is something that I actually haven't done in a while, but hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Monkman True, and I'm here to cover a trailer, but not just any trailer. I am here to cover the trailer for My Hero Academia Movie 4. Yes, finally, we have a little bit more information on the new movie that is going to be coming out this summer. And we do get a little bit more information about it. And this video is here to share that information with you if you haven't seen it already. So, let's not hesitate and really dive into what's going to be in this movie, because it's going to be something that you probably would have never predicted. And to start off, the title of the movie is My Hero Academia, the movie. You're next. And with that title alone, you can probably guess what type of movie it is going to be. It's going to be a All Might centered movie, but it's going to be potentially a different version of All Might. And this is where we get more into what the actual poster shows, which is all the students of Class 1A attacking an individual that seems to be All Might, but a little bit evil. And now I'm going to be starting to tackle the trailer to really understand what it means by having an evil All Might. And unfortunately, I will not be showing the entire trailer in this video, but I will try to go through it frame by frame and give a few frames of what I'm talking about for you to get a better understanding of what this trailer actually entails. But if you haven't seen the trailer now, go watch it. If not, watch this video and we'll be going through it and giving my thoughts on what this movie could very much be about. And to start off, the first few moments of the trailer is just revisiting the moment where All Might defeats All For One for the second time. But we get a different context for the You're Next, or it's your turn, where we actually cover to a brand new character, most likely a character created for this movie, where we get to see that he interpreted that saying differently, even though we, as the readers, and even Deku and Bakugo realized that All Might was talking to Deku. We're going to get the premise of this story, which is most likely going to be this individual interpreting what All Might says as being towards him, and that he's going to be the catalyst for what's going to be happening in this movie. And just by looking at this individual, you can probably guess why the name of this title is You're Next, as well as when it comes to the evil All Might figure. Most likely the individual that we are seeing right here is going to be the All Might surrogate, or the evil All Might for the movie, or very much the main antagonist force that Deku and the class have to fight against. And then we get a cut to this big golden All Might statue, which is most likely going to be a representation of the location where the students are going to be when they come to fight this antagonistic force that will most likely resemble All Might. And how we get a line that is translated that says that how he is going to be the symbol, most likely showing the motives of this individual taking on the will of All Might and attempting to be a new kind of symbol. Maybe not necessarily the symbol of peace, but having his own twisted idea of what the symbol that All Might left and he believes that he needs to take upon himself. And from there, we do get a cool scene of Deku just flying in the air, most likely using floats, as well as we get a hint of what's to come, most likely in Season 7 when it comes out. But with this scene and the next few scenes afterwards, we get to see the actual students participating in the evacuation, or more specifically, the containment of the escapee. And based off these scenes, this just confirms the movie is most likely going to be taking place between the 3 to 4 day time frame between when Deku returns to UA and most likely when the students leave UA and begin to participate in the containment and the actual heroic works of containing the escapees. But from there, we get this one scene of this ship, or this thing, either landing in a location in Japan or taking off in an area of Japan, which is most likely the base of this individual that we're just going to be calling Dark All Might. And with the next few scenes, we see that some type of force field energy thing comes out of most likely the structure and begins sucking the heroes inside of it, such as Ojiro and Uraraka, where we get a really first look at the individual and how you can pretty much tell that this individual is supposed to be a representation of All Might, but in a twisted way, or in a dark way, just by the fact that you see that from what we see, he seems to have a similar face shape, as well as the golden hair, which later on in the trailer we're going to see sticks out very much like All Might. As well as we just have this cool scene of Deku being surrounded by this large energy field, as apparently his danger sense is going off. Most likely what we're seeing now is not the final confrontation between Deku and this individual, but the actual either start of the actual movie towards the beginning, or begin to go into the middle part of the movie most likely. And the trailer seemingly ends with a pseudo reveal of the antagonistic force, which is most likely going to be a dark reflection of All Might, not just in most likely ideology, but also aesthetically, as we get the confirmation that this individual has the golden tufts on his head, very similar to All Might, which is something that we know is supposed to be a symbolic of an individual trying to become like All Might, or looking up to All Might, as we saw and potentially are going to see with another character coming out in the manga as well as in season 7. And the trailer ends with the reveal that this movie will be coming out most likely at the very least in Japan on August 2nd, which, I'm gonna be honest, is a little bit later than what I thought it was going to be, but it means that this movie is going to come out most likely after season 7 has wrapped, if not towards the end of season 7, which is going to be very interesting. And yeah, this trailer is pretty much around a minute long, so it's not that long, but there is a lot that we can speculate from this trailer alone. We can speculate that the main villain and antagonistic force is going to be someone that looks up to All Might when he failed and took what he believed was the message that All Might was leaving to heart, and thinking that it was leaving the message to him, which is why the title of this movie is most likely titled You're Next, which is the line that All Might said at the end of his second fight with All For One, and how that idea twisted into something that is going to be a challenge for Deku and the individuals of Class 1A to have to go against, and how it takes place after the actual first war, right after Deku came to UA, but before the actual second war starts. So most likely, when it came to this movie, we're going to get a lot of action and get to see some stuff that we really didn't get to see in the manga. The heroes of Class 1A actually going out and defeating the escapees, while also going up against a big bad that's going to be someone that they're going to have to be a challenge against, fighting against someone that they sort of look up to in a figure that looks like All Might. So this is not what I thought this movie was going to be, but I'm very excited to see where we're going to be going with the movie and how this is going to tie into the My Hero story as a whole, when typically these movies tie into the manga in one way or another. But yeah, that's all I really have to say for my breakdown for this trailer. And let me ask you this, what did you think of the trailer? Are you hyped for the movie to come out? And is there anything that I missed in the trailer that you were able to point out? Leave your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!